Hello everyone, I am back to work on this journal. I have fixed this so that it's diagonal and it really works quite well. And I have an elastic cord, and I have these 3 pockets that I made in the video last time. I think I added some things. I can't remember where I stopped, but I have authorization required, and just seeing if you can see it, and some other bits on here. My next part is to put something in here, and I had a thought of what I wanted to put in here, but then after I had that thought, I saw a video. As many of you may also have seen, I saw the video from Tina at Shabbydabbydoodah, and just the injustice of her situation just made me, just my heart went out to her. So I am going to still make that project, but what I did is I went to her shop, and I will link that below, and I bought some of her kits. And so I bought some tickets, which are, I mean, all of her kits are fun. And the thing about her shop is that she has so many kits and such a diverse offering that whatever you're working on, you can find something that will work for you. So I bought some kits of numbers, and I've printed them on Epson presentation paper with my Epson, it's the smallest version of the Eco Tank, and so that's really bright and vibrant. And I really like this red and blue because there's red and blue in here, but I think I can grunge it up a little bit because they're pretty bright. But look at this. I just love some of these kind of wonky, grungy numbers. Love that. And when you buy a kit from her, you get a variety of images. So it's all related images, but they're big and they're small, and they're sometimes they're in different orientations. Like this price 4 card is right there as well. So she's got it teeny tiny, she's got it blown up. I just love how like grunged that looks. And here they are, really, really small, so you get a variety of those. And then I also bought this one. There are 2 sets here of people, and she has them numbered. And so these are really lovely. I guess they would be cabinet cards. Oh, it looks like my printer needs some adjusting. That's okay. I'm still using it. It's fine. It's supposed to be old and grungy. Yep. So these are all from her shop. And these are ones that I just bought. And then I also found a bunch of things that I had bought previously and printed out. So those were all on Epson paper. These here are on regular paper, but then I glued the regular copy paper and I backed it with this slightly thicker, not cardstock, but slightly thicker paper to give it some weight. And these are a set of different Victorian labels from her shop. And this is just printer paper. This one is on printer paper, not backed yet. But you can see, like, she has such a huge variety of things. So I am going to be using these in my project, which is going to be this. I have 3 pieces of cardstock. This is file folder. These are both Tim Holtz. And I have just cut them and cut a tab into the top. I have scored a 1/4 inch spine into them, and I have shaped the edges. On this inner one here, I have also glued in a piece of vintage book page because there was like a modern stamp of the brand that I wanted to cover up. And here's another Tim Holtz one, and I want this to be kind of a raggedy folio where this person who owned this journal would just stick things and keep things, and so it'll be all messy and raggedy, and I'm going to use her stuff. So I'm going to stop the video. I'll join them together. I'm going to fussy cut This is my evening plan. I'm gonna fussy cut all this stuff, and then I will come back tomorrow, which will be like a wibbly wobbly timey-wimey snap to you. And we'll work on this again tomorrow. So well, I guess there is no meantime, but at the end of this video, please go check out her shop, purchase some kits. They're all incredibly reasonably priced, and watch a few of her videos, which I will link below, because this is how we can support a wonderful maker whom I'm sure we have all watched. So I will be right back. Talk to you later. Hello, everybody. I am back. Happy Friday. So it is the next day, and I have cut out not all of the pieces from those kits, but a lot of the pieces from those kits. I did all the tickets, and I have a bunch of numbers and some bigger pieces. And then here I did all of those cabinet cards and some of the backed little pieces I had showed you that I had done previously. So I am ready to go with Tina's things. And the other thing that I had done, which took way longer than I anticipated, was damn, hold on. I just wiped it down because it was all covered in stickiness. I kind of set up this little folio thing that I wanted to make. And I got everything kind of cut and picked out and set up so that the bulk of this video isn't structural so much as decorative. So let me show you. So this is going to go inside my bigger folio that I'm working on. And I want it to be not necessarily writing space because I have two pads. I want it to be more like a raggedy, kind of like if you had this folio and you were carrying this around with you, and every time you found something really important, this is where you stuck it. So it's got all kinds of raggedy edges and sticky outy bits. And this was largely inspired by Nick the Booksmith's 2023 lap book, the middle bit that she made. It's also got some Jibidniri inspiration and some Margaret from Seven Plaza inspiration as well. And I will link those channels along with Tina below, if I remember. I'm not great at always remembering what I say I'm going to do, but I will try. Okay, so this first bit here, I think I planned, and I didn't do as much on this first bit as I did on later parts. But I think I just wanted this to be like a standard pocket with a thumb hole. So let me round some corners, and it's going to be entering like that. Or maybe that's what I should do. I should fold an edge up and make a little bit of a gusset. I do have I own I think I've said this before, a scoreboard. But it's a big scoreboard, and sometimes it is just easier to turn an edge and fold. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to turn an edge up, since there isn't any particular size that this needs to be. It just needs to kind of fit on the page, which it already does as a rectangle. And this is a bit of Tim Holtz. This was, I think, an 8x8 or a 6x6. Can't remember. And yeah, I'm really sad that Tim Holtz isn't doing these paper pads anymore, because I was a fan. Whoops, which way do I want this to go? Yeah, that's right. I was a fan. I really like them. They're extremely useful. Let me do a bit of a thumb hole. I'm sorry to have jiggled you. I'm looking for my circle punch. I'm trying not to jiggle. To do a thummy grab hole thing. Off the propellers, and I'm eyeballing the center. Oh, that's my bad one. I forgot. It's so sad when the blades start to go. I find the EK Success ones do much better at holding their sharpness, their edge. They're edgier. So I have been heartened by all the response that I've seen on YouTube for Tina. There's also been a whole bunch of response on her Facebook group. And I think it's just Shabbydabbydoodah Facebook group. I'm not sure. If you're not on there, go ahead and join. She hasn't posted a video since she talked about what she's going through, so I hope she's doing okay. Tina, if you ever come across this, you have my full support. I hope that all of the court stuff goes in your favor. I think it's a travesty that he hasn't been forced to support his children all along, and that goes with making sure that they have adequate housing, and that they're not they need to stay in the schools that they've always been in, and they need to live in the house that they've always lived in, because that's what's best for them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get how. It's very upsetting. I see it all the time at school. I don't know, if you're new, hi, welcome. If you're new, welcome, yay, thank you for coming. But if you're, I teach high school, and it's so often that, the kids are they're just trapped when there's something going wrong, and one or both of the parents are not thinking about the children's best interest. It's so maddening and heartbreaking. Okay, so now this is an interesting piece. Do I have others handy? Yeah, I'll show you what it came from. I am quite sure that I have four or five of these off of Jessica Rapp at an auction. She has live auctions on her channel. She's 2 Silver Oranges. Highly recommend her. I get lots of cool stuff from her. And this is real, vintage glassine windows, and I think I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's not really a pocket, you don't really, I'm not sure how it's supposed to have worked, but it's interesting looking, and the windows are very cool. So I'm using that in this, and it has those cool ring bound edges. That back. Sorry. So I'm going to use this for some of those cabinet cards. So I want to glue this around here, and I think across here, so I can stick the people in. I suppose I should double check how I want to do that. So the bigger one, I could stick in like this, or I could stick it in like this. I think it would look nicer like this. So that's a big one, but I also have some of these smaller ones that would fit like that. I should probably put up some kind of, I can use some of these tags. All right, so that's what I'll do. Yes, I'm going to glue around the edge, these 3 edges, like an E, like a capital E. And I have just refilled my art glitter glue. So I'm going to do an E around the edges, and then I can use some of the ephemera from Tina's kit to, I want to make sure that that's sticking up. I really like the way that looks sticking up. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to come back to that, and then on this page, I had it all set. On this page, this is a real airmail envelope, and this is a bit of map. And I wanted to have it be kind of wonky and sticky outy. It's a shame that I'm covering up that. Maybe I should just use the envelope. But if I suppose I could. See, I want it to be the diagonal bit to stick out so that you can see I covered the back with some letter. Oh, what if I stick it like this, and then I do this one like this, I suppose I can just, I'll use that for something else. I suppose I can just do the, just do it like a, I'll just do it at a wonky angle so you can see that there's a wonk, and that way you can see all of these things. I feel like I should probably cover this up though. Okay, so let me stick this down at this angle. Can you see that corner? Am I too far over? Sorry about that. So I want it to be at an angle so it sticks out from the page. I want to be able to see some of this interesting bit, but I kind of want to cover up the personal information. So I'm just going to glue this along the edge here. And that will be a tuck. And then down this edge here. And then across the bottom a little bit here. Okay. So if I don't use this, I could just cut this in half. For tropical warm, she's only interested in the tropical warm and dry climates. I've been using this decal edge fancy scissor on this project. I've been kind of enjoying it, other than the fact that it doesn't cut all the way. You have to kind of reposition, but that's okay. That works. It's interesting. It gives the illusion of tearage, even if it's not actual tearage. Yeah, that works. And I backed that with some Tim Holtz paper. So I think if I do this down a ways, just at the corner like that, that's good. And then I can even make that an additional tuck, like a secret tuck, if I go along this edge here. Like so. Oops, got glue on the table. Trying not to get glue on the table. Okay. Also don't want to stick to the pages, it's not supposed to. Okay, that's good. I like that. So so when you're on this page, you open it up and you see this kind of sticky outiness. And then I have a tuck here and a little bit of a tuck right there. So that's good. Okay, now on this page, this is an envelope window that I have just covered in some ledger printable. I'm pretty sure this printable is from Lorna Taylor. And I just want to go around 3 sides here and stick that down. Right along this edge and this edge and this edge. So it is a clear window pocket, very straightforward. And this next folder part is this bit is some Tim Holtz paper, and I have just cut a tab into it. So I do have the tab board, but I found that I prefer to use the envelope punch board for this. So let me show you really quickly how I navigate doing those tabs. It's really straightforward. So if I wanted to put a tab here, see how there's this notch? If you've all used the envelope punch board, usually you stick it in like this. But if I imagine this angle divided in half, and I line this in, so just the corner is going to get punched. So I've divided this angle in half. I get a tab. And then if I could make it a big tab, I can make it a medium tab. And so if I go like that now, then I can just cut this bit off. And you can use a cutting tool, you can use a cutting board, you can use your scissors, and voila! you have a handy dandy tab. And I prefer this shape than the fancy edge that you get when you use the tab punch board from We Are Memory Keepers. So that's just, I don't know if I saw someone do that. I can't remember where that came from. I apologize if I'm supposed to give someone credit and have forgotten. Okay, so on this one, I have made a, that should not be sticking, I have made a slot pocket. And what I do for that is I draw a line 1 inch from either edge. And on this one, I drew a line across every 1.5 inches. Then I use my crocodile to punch circles. And then I use my craft knife to cut the 2 lines. And you have a Tim Holtz style, but larger slot pocket. And these slot pockets are quite fun. And then when you glue it down, you can leave the top open, you could leave the edge open, but I prefer to just glue all 4 sides. And I do reinforce the back here with washi tape. And that way, as you're pulling things in and out over time, that those slots won't migrate towards the edge. And when I do my lines, I do them all on the back so that when you turn it over, you don't have any lines to erase because it is all hidden. Okay, so there is that part. And then on this page, I have 2 more of these pockets. And maybe I definitely want to have the circles sticking out from the edge. So I'm going to do it, I think I'm just going to do these as tucks with 2 sides glued. And that way it gives you a little more latitude or choices about how you put things in. So I just want the bottom, oops, and the side glued down. Like so. And then on this one, I think I'm going to do these 2 edges so that you can stick something in big from here, but you could also stick something in big from the top, and that way it would be sticking out. And I'm really into the sticking out right now. So I'm grabbing the part I'm not gluing. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, you know what happened? Oh, all right, well, that's okay. What did I say? I want these 2. I did a little bit of gluing down of the 2 edges. This is 2 layers, so I glued down the 2 layers, and I think I got some of the glue in there. But that's okay, because that is not going to be seen. And I'm going to stick this closer to this edge here, like that. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to flip, and this side I plan to have a belly band. And I made a tab at the top using that same process I showed you, but then I cut the top with a tickled egg. No reason, just wanted to. Okay, so right under this multiplication table line, oh, that works. I'm going to put a line of glue here. And a line of glue at the bottom. And that gives me a really straightforward belly band that I can use, that you can use to just oops, why does it look wonky? I don't want it to look wonky. Maybe this cut is wonky because this one seems to be straight. All right, it's okay. It's wonky. It's a junk journal, right? Junk journal, and it's wonky. Wonky is wonky. Wonky is as wonky does. Okay, so then this page, what I have here is some envelope flips. So I have installed a little one of these policy closures. It does not go through. So what I did for this one is I used my handy dandy little punch here. I punched 2 circles. I put a hole through the 2 circles in the center. I put my split pin through the hole, and then I glued it down to the page instead of having to go through it, because this is an envelope and I didn't want it to shut the envelope closed. So I'm going to glue this down. Oops. Oh, no, I didn't. I did that on purpose. Forgot. I'm going to glue this down here, and that will tie to that circle. And then this will hold down these glassine bags. And I think for the glassine bags, I need to use Fabri-Tac, because glassine, or maybe I should use double-sided tape, because I don't think the art glitter glue works as well on I don't think the art glitter glue works as well on the glassine. It's kind of hard to get glassine to stick. All right, so where's my edge? I'm going to use a fair amount of double-sided tape on here. A little bit right there. And this is going to be a flip over the page. To snip off that bit where I missed the edge. Okay. One. Oh, come on, you. 2. 3. And then this will, when I put this down, I'm not gonna jam it right up against the fold there. I want to leave a little bit of a space so that it has a lot of free movement. Okay, so that's going to go there. And then I want this cute itty bitty tiny glassine baby bag to go over the top. And I'll just use one little piece of tape on this, like so. And trim up my mess from my haste, because I haven't even gotten to Tina's stuff yet. And here I was thinking I was trimming the timing of this down. So again, I'm not jamming it right up to the edge, leaving it off a little bit so that I have free movement there. And then this glassine bag, I want to go on this edge so that it's kind of holding that glassine bag down. So I'm going to do a couple of pieces on here. Again, not right up to the edge. Try and get it straight. Not critical, but desirable. And one more little piece for the flippy floppy tip here. And then I will trim the excess. Comme ça. Give it a little burnish. And then a little pick. Ah, nope. Come on. I have fingernails. Come on, you. There we go. And then this one. Yay. And then that can go just like that. Okay, and then if I art glitter glue this envelope down, yes, that's correct. No, that's not correct. Dear me. Right, scrapped. I need a scrappy scrap. I know I have some scrappy scraps over here to cover up that. Here we go. Here is a library card. A card catalog card. We're just adding to this. It was meant to be all along. Not that I meant to do it all along, but it was meant to be all along. So we will have yet another pocketses right there. Okay, so then I will glue this down like this. And we'll have a little pocketses. I should probably do a little thumb hole here. Flip you out. Like that. Oops. See, you can always fix anything. Glue your fingers. Ah. Okay, now I need some string. I have this string. And I will do this. And I will do this. Just looping it through like you do a tab topper. And then this can wrap around here. Come on, you. There we go. Oh, too tight. There we go. And yeah, so there we go. We have a flippy outy bit. And then the last page, 2 pages here, I made a file folder thing. Like, let's see, I've got too much stuff on my desk already. Okay, this is going to go like that. This file folder thing, I was thinking was going to come right to the edge so that we once again have a tab sticking out. This opens, and then this opens, and we have like a little file folder thing that you can stick things in, and that tab will keep it closed. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this down because it's in its entirety. Not up here. Do you think I should cover this up? While I can. Maybe I ought to. Do I have any scraps? That's a little flimsy. Have this. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. We're going to leave it. I'm just going to glue this down. In its entirety. Not gluing the tab down. But it's a little bulky and heavy, so I want it to be secure. I feel like it's going to be more secure if I just glue. Okay. Oops, this way. And it's also going to sandwich the glassine bag from the previous page in there. And this is a little bit of Atlas, and it's all about gold and silver. So maybe she's got a little bit of a gold and silver business thing happening. Or maybe she's a little bit of a treasure hunter. I mean, you totally could have left it as a little slot pocket there, but that's okay. This gives us some space to stamp or decorate or something. And then finally, over here, this is totally a straightforward tuck. Just a super straightforward tuck that I am gluing down on the edges. And this is again that Tim Holtz paper. There we go. Voila. Comme ça. Alrighty. And then this is going to be inside an elastic in the book. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. I don't know yet. So there we go. We have to decorate the cover a little bit, or the first page here. We open it up and we have a pocket. We have these picture pockets. Then we turn the page and we have this interesting tuck situation. And we have another window pocket. And we turn this page and we have our slot pockets and some more pictures. And then we have a belly band. We have this business. And then in the back we have that. So that is, and it has all kinds of yummy layered look to it. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so now I am going to do the decorating. How long is this? This is 30 minutes plus the first one. That's a 40-minute video. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. You know what I have to do? I have to do part 1 and part 2, or else this will never upload. So I so apologize. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop here and then I will do the decorating in a part 2. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in just a little bit.